Good morning, my name's Rod Young and this is 2018. It's January and about the 25th of January. This is a follow-up to the bylaws that the South Waikato District Council has gone through the process of doing the bylaws. One of the 13 bylaws that were up was the ones to do with hostels, and I submitted on that. I wanted to increase the number of people that can live in hostel, so that we can follow employment and promotion of our district. So hostels are an important part of being able to do that, and you can have 16 legally in a room, which is 4 bunks, and they have to be 1.8 metres high above each one. So my submission was basically addressing those rules. The current rules that the council has around hostels is not what I would call in keeping with the promotion of jobs and promotion of the district. When the bylaw came up and I spoke to it, the staff response from South Waikato District Council was, it's the same as the 1947 information they had in 1947, and so there'd been no work done on it, and lots of other things have been attempted in the bylaw, but nothing to address the hostel situation here in the South Waikato. I've done some research on that, and I've found that there are some experts in the field in South Waikato who have done hostels, run hostels, involved in hostels, and there's a real need with the buying up, for example the selling of the properties from a person like Walter Pelican who's passed on, that's flooded the market. The Aucklanders have come over from Taupo, there's no properties there, reasonable price, reasonable value, and now South Waikato's reasonable price, reasonable value, so we're getting the spillover of the Auckland or international market coming into South Waikato, which is very hard for renters, people who've lived here, who've built the town since the 1920s when the trees were first planted, the mill in 1954 to harvest those trees, and where we are now with the OG owners, and then this current government wanting to plant 176,000 trees a day to get up to its billion trees planted pledge. So we need hostels. If you look at the early formation of Tokoroa, they had a working man's village where single males were able to live and work, and a place to put their heads and rest and do their ablutions and stuff. So there's a long tradition in South Waikato of that, and we need to get back to that. So this is my submission for 5 minutes to this council, is you need to go back and have a look at the bylaws with this, and in direct governance you need to direct staff to go back and have another look at that submission and come up with a better policy for South Waikato. It was glossed over. To just say that the 1947, Kevin Duthie, just in his last few days, he addressed those questions, why is it as it is, and they said, oh, it's in line with what it was current in 1947. Well, we've moved on from there. Now, obviously there must be the ability to follow what we've pledged, which is we've spent $25 million to a trust to promote the district and to do employment. Now, they need hostels is the first thing that council can do through bylaws, through health and safety, to actually give this district, South Waikato, the ability to lay that $25 million down to work for the district, for the people who own it, the electricity shares that were gifted back in trust to the community. So that's one thing I asked in 2008, those councillors that were away, there were 3 of them, why they even had the bylaw thing, while 3 councillors were away. Bill Meacham was away, Marion Glusima was away, and another person was away. While these key minds were away and being allowed to not be involved in the bylaws. So I asked that this is re-looked at as the hostel bylaws, and to really put a task force together and ask the community. Thanks very much.